In the previous video, you experienced the silent luxury of Monaco's elite, a world shaped by supercars' restraint and timeless old money elegance. Tonight, we step into a very different atmosphere: Manchester after dark. Will Manchester women express luxury through raw energy and freedom, or through confidence and control like Monaco? In this video, we explore whether these two worlds reflect the same ambition or reveal entirely different lifestyles beneath the lights. Comment 1. If you want to experience elite living up close, subscribe and I'll guide you into the luxurious world you've always dreamed of. What if the way a city feels at night reveals who truly holds the power? As darkness settles, Manchester doesn't slow down, it accelerates. The streets breathe with movement. Music spills from open doors. Laughter overlaps conversations. People walk fast, talk louder, and live fully in the moment. Here, nightlife belongs to everyone. Energy is the currency, and participation is the price of entry. You don't need permission to feel alive, you just step into the crowd and become part of it. In Monaco, night arrives quietly. Lights reflect off polished streets. Conversations lower, not because they must, but because they can. Nothing rushes. Nothing competes for attention. Luxury here isn't loud enough to chase you. It waits for you to notice. The atmosphere doesn't invite everyone in. It observes who belongs. One city offers stimulation, constant electric visible. The other offers control measured intentional silent. And as you stand between these two nights, a question begins to form, not about cities, but about yourself. Because the atmosphere you're drawn to might reveal how you want power to feel in your own life. And this is only the beginning. The next moment will show how each world announces its presence. The night doesn't begin when you step inside, it begins the moment you arrive. In Manchester, arrival is fluid. People move with the city, not above it. A car stops, a door opens, footsteps blend into the crowd. There's no pause, no spotlight, just momentum. You arrive by joining the flow, becoming part of the energy already in motion. Here, presence is shared. The night accepts you instantly, as long as you're willing to move with it. In Monaco, arrival is deliberate. The street seems to notice before anyone else does. A vehicle slows. Time stretches. There's space between moments. You don't rush toward the night adjusts to you. Arrival isn't about speed or attention. It's about control. About choosing when to appear and how much of yourself to reveal. Both entrances say something powerful. One says, "I'm here to experience everything." The other says, "I decide when everything begins." And without realizing it, you start to understand something deeper. Arrival isn't just movement, it's a signal. Because the way you choose to arrive often determines who watches, who follows, and who waits. Power doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it simply walks into the room. In Manchester, women move with the night. Their presence is expressive, open, alive. Laughter comes easily. Style changes with the mood. Confidence here is visible, felt through movement, voice, and connection. Luxury is not something to hide. It's something to enjoy, to share, to experience in real time. Presence is created through energy, and energy is meant to be seen. In Monaco, presence works differently. Women don't rush to fill the space, they shape it. Movements are calm, measured, intentional. Words are fewer, but never wasted. Nothing feels accidental. Confidence isn't performed, it's assumed. Luxury doesn't need explanation here. It exists in posture, in timing, in the decision to remain just slightly out of reach. One invites the world in, the other decides who gets close. And somewhere between expression and restraint, another question begins to surface. Not about fashion, not about beauty, but about identity. Because how you choose to be seen often reveals how much control you believe you truly have. And as the night continues, the spaces they enter will quietly reveal who belongs and who never will. Not every door is meant to be opened, some exist to show who has access. In Manchester, nightlife spreads outward. Bars spill onto sidewalks. Music escapes through open doors. Spaces are designed to welcome, not to filter. You step inside without hesitation, and the night unfolds immediately. Access here is generous. If you're curious, you're included. Luxury feels social, shared, alive in the open air. In Monaco, space doesn't invite, it evaluates. Entrances are subtle. Doors close softly. Rooms reveal themselves only after a pause. Access isn't about curiosity, it's about recognition. You don't enter because you want to. You enter because you belong. The night doesn't expand, it concentrates. One builds energy by opening every door. The other builds value by deciding which doors remain closed. And without a single word being spoken, the city makes its decision. Because access isn't just about where you go, it's about who is expected to be there. Style speaks long before a single word is exchanged. In Manchester, fashion moves with the moment. Outfits are bold, expressive, and constantly changing. Style here is a conversation, a way to show personality, mood, and confidence in real time. Nothing is meant to last forever, and that's the point. Luxury feels personal. It adapts. It evolves with the night, just like the people wearing it. In Monaco, style doesn't chase attention, it signals position. Colors are quieter. Details are intentional. Nothing feels rushed or excessive. Each piece seems chosen, not for the night ahead, but for the identity it protects. Fashion here isn't about standing out in the crowd. It's about being understood without explanation. One says, "This is who I am right now." The other says, "This is where I stand." And as these signals move silently through the room, something becomes clear. Style isn't decoration, it's language. A way of communicating boundaries, confidence, and belonging without raising your voice. Because the clothes you choose don't just reflect taste, they reveal what kind of future you're dressing for. The most powerful person in the room is rarely the one speaking the loudest. In Manchester, conversations flow easily. Voices overlap. Laughter fills the gaps. People connect quickly, effortlessly, as if the night itself encourages openness. Social power here is built through interaction, by being present, approachable, and engaged. The more you give, the more you receive. Control moves through energy, not silence. In Monaco, conversation is selective. Words arrive slowly, carefully. Pauses carry meaning. Attention isn't demanded, it's granted. Social power isn't measured by how much you speak, but by how much the room adjusts when you do. Control lives in timing, in restraint, in knowing when not to say anything at all. One fills the space with connection. The other defines the space by limitation. And as the night unfolds, you begin to notice something subtle. People don't lean toward the loudest voice. They lean toward the calmest presence. Because influence isn't always visible. Sometimes it's felt long before it's understood. And in the final moments of the night, the true purpose of all this power will quietly reveal itself. Not everyone enters the night for the same reason. In Manchester, nightlife is an escape, a release from routine's pressure and expectations. The night offers freedom to feel more, move faster, forget tomorrow for a while. Moments are meant to be intense, shared, and unforgettable. Power here is emotional. It lives in experience, in memories created before the lights fade. In Monaco, nightlife isn't about escape, it's about continuity. The night protects position, reinforces relationships, and preserves influence. Nothing is accidental. Every appearance, every conversation, every absence serves a purpose beyond the moment itself. Power here is strategic. It doesn't disappear in the morning, it carries forward. One promises intensity now, the other promises stability later. And somewhere between chasing the moment and building position, a quiet realization begins to form. The night isn't just where you go, it's what you're investing in. Because how you use the night often determines what kind of life you wake up to. Tonight, you've walked through two very different nights. Manchester showed us a world driven by energy, freedom, and shared experience where luxury is felt in the moment. Monaco revealed something quieter, more controlled, where luxury protects position, identity, and long-term power. Neither world is right or wrong. They simply answer different desires. If both paths were open tonight, would you choose intensity or control, expression or restraint? A night that burns brightly, or one that quietly builds influence? Share your choice in the comments, Manchester or Monaco. If you enjoyed this journey into elite lifestyles and silent power, consider subscribing. It helps this channel continue bringing you closer to worlds rarely seen. Thank you for spending your time here. Until our next journey, welcome to the Silent Lion.